Everything can change in an instant. A typical morning. People might be sipping tea, working in the office, or enjoying happy moments with their children at home. But suddenly, the ground starts shaking and everything turns chaotic. Buildings sway, objects crash to the floor, and people run to save their lives. And all these terrifying moments are recorded by the silent witness, the CCTV camera. Today we will look at CCTV footage of some of the most devastating earthquakes in world history. So let's begin. On October 30th, 2020, the day before Halloween, employees at an advertising agency office were working normally. Suddenly, the ground began to tremble. A devastating earthquake of magnitude 6.6 to 7 began. The CCTV shows a girl running in a panic to grab her phone. The office lights were swinging violently. Tables and chairs were sliding across the floor. One employee quickly ran and took cover under a desk. At that moment, light fixtures fell from the ceiling. Another woman narrowly avoided being hit by falling debris. But the horror did not end there. This earthquake was followed by another 1,400 aftershocks, 43 of which were magnitude 4. On April 22, 2019, passengers were waiting for their flights at Clark International Airport in the Philippines. Suddenly, a 6.1 magnitude earthquake struck. The entire terminal building began to shake. Passengers ran to save themselves, but many became trapped as debris started falling from the ceiling. The CCTV shows the entire airport turning into a scene of chaos. A man was almost pinned down in the security line. Light fixtures falling from the ceiling nearly injured 2 women. On June 1, 2022, a 6.1 magnitude earthquake hit Wushan County in Sichuan Province, China. But what was observed here is truly commendable. Seeing how the students of lower middle school took cover together under their tables shows how well trained they were in advance. The surprising fact is that the students took cover under the tables after hearing a siren because an alert had been sent to 10 million people 9 seconds before the earthquake struck. What a fantastic use of technology! On September 5, 2022, a 6.6 magnitude earthquake occurred in Luding County, Sichuan Province, China. A couple was driving home at the time. Their dash cam recorded the entire incident. On September 28, 2018, a devastating 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck the island of Sulawesi, Indonesia. But the real fear began when the tsunami waves started to arrive. First, a 5-foot-high wave, and then, suddenly, a massive wave 18 feet high swallowed the shore. CCTV footage shows a group of people apparently preparing for an event. Suddenly, when the earthquake started, everyone began running everywhere. Items fell from the ceiling, people threw themselves over tables. Floor tiles cracked and lifted in the panic. Water was pouring in from all sides, and a security camera near the port was almost torn off. A huge crane toppled and crashed onto the street. On the coast, sea creatures were seen coming over the seawall. Sadly, this earthquake caused a humanitarian catastrophe, collapsing hundreds of buildings. On April 25, 2015, Nepal experienced the most devastating natural disaster in its history in the last century, a catastrophic 7.8 magnitude earthquake. This earthquake not only destroyed cities, but also triggered a massive avalanche on Mount Everest. CCTV in the city of Tripishore shows scooters, cars, and people moving normally on the streets. Suddenly, the ground started shaking. Everyone began to run, and cars came to a halt. People gathered in the middle of the roads. No one wanted to stand near tall buildings. Even after the earthquake stopped, no one moved, because they knew aftershocks could follow. However, this clip only showed a small fraction of the actual destruction. 600,000 buildings across Nepal were damaged or completely collapsed. 9,000 people lost their lives. On August 14, 2021, a 7.2 magnitude earthquake struck Haiti. CCTV footage from a grocery store went viral on social media. The footage shows a woman shopping in the store. Suddenly, when the earthquake started, she and another woman ran out of the store. Just a few seconds later, everything inside fell down. Refrigerators broke away from the wall. It looked like the entire store was moving around on wheels. Again, the 2015 Nepal earthquake, but this time a hotel swimming pool. The pool was not designed to withstand waves, but what a terrifying wave was created during the earthquake. The CCTV camera started shaking, and pool water surged over the edges from both sides. With every surge, an even larger wave seemed to be created. Finally, the earthquake stopped and the wave subsided. Fortunately, no one was swimming in the pool that day. Friday, November 21, 2025, 10:30 a.m. Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, home to over 10 million people. It was a weekend. People might have been spending time with family, praying, or resting. Suddenly, the entire country was jolted by a magnitude 5.5 to 5.7 earthquake on the Richter scale, the deadliest earthquake in Bangladesh in the last 2 decades. The epicenter was Madhhabi Upazila in Narsingi, just 27 kilometers from Dhaka. The shaking lasted for 26 consecutive seconds, which felt like hours to many people. And during this time, the CCTV cameras captured such terrifying scenes. However, the even scarier truth is that this region is at risk of larger earthquakes because Bangladesh sits at the junction of the Indian, Eurasian, and Burmese tectonic plates. Between 1869 and 1930, only 5 major earthquakes above magnitude 7 occurred in this region. Experts say that without preparation, a bigger disaster could occur in the future. Osaka, Japan's third-largest city. On June 18, 2018, a severe 6.1 magnitude earthquake occurred. But the most surprising thing is that some cats in a cafe sensed the huge earthquake before it happened. The CCTV shows the cats feeling something and jumping off their beds. And then when the earthquake started, all the cats scattered. However, the ground became calm again as soon as the earthquake stopped. But how is this possible? According to the U.S. Geological Survey, earthquakes release 2 types of waves, the preliminary P wave and the stronger S wave. Animals can feel the P wave, but humans cannot. That is why the cats sense them beforehand. Friday, November 30th, 2018, 8:30 a.m. A 7-magnitude earthquake struck north of Anchorage, the capital of Alaska. The surprising thing is that earthquakes of magnitude 7 or more occur in the area every 1 to 2 years, so this was not unusual for everyone. However, this one was a little more terrifying. The CCTV camera of Alaska Children's Academy Preschool recorded the entire event. The camera in the small classroom shook and items fell from it, although staff later stated that the cameras were hung on hooks, which is why they swayed so much. But the greatest fortune was that the school was always closed on Fridays. About 117 people sustained minor injuries, and the city's damage was estimated at $30 million.